India, where history, geography, culture, tradition, and heritage come together to create a legacy unlike any other. A legacy woven by the relentless spirit of its people. The next generation has come together to honor India's heritage. With 8,100 brilliant minds from 2,700 schools engaging in an enlightening quiz.
The excitement in that round was palpable.
20 semi-finalists remain. The competition will intensify over 4 semi-finals and 1 grand finale. Only one team will emerge as India's champion.
Hello, namaskar, khushamdeed, sat sri akal. Welcome to the HistoryTV18 CBSE Heritage India Quiz, presented by Geetam University. I, Ajay Poonia, am your host and Quizmaster. Let's meet our fourth group of regional winners, as Team A is Pinewood School from Saharanpur, Team B is Army Public School from Tezpur, Assam, Team C is Delhi Public School from Indirapuram, as Team D is Jawaharlal Nehru School, Bhopal, and finally as Team E is Little Flower School from Hyderabad. The stakes are high as just one team will progress, making their place in the national final. We'll begin with round number 1. It's called Minute Rush.
5 questions in a minute. You can pass without negatives. After 5 questions, if time remains, unanswered questions can be attempted. Each correct answer, 5 points. 3 correct answers, 5 bonus points. 4 correct answers, 10 bonus points. And all correct answers, 20 bonus points. There's no negative marking.
We'll start with our first team. That's Team Pinewood. Your time starts now. The Daitya Sudan Temple is a Vishnu temple located near which lake? The world's only saltwater lake in basaltic rock.
Pass.
Which province came under British colonial rule through the efforts of Sir James Scott and was separated from British India on 1st April 1937?
Burma.
That is correct. Akbar's church or Shah Jahan's church, built in Agra, which is the first Roman Catholic church in the Mughal Empire?
Shah Jahan, sir.
That's incorrect. In 1931, who was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for establishing the Indian Home Rule League and for her efforts to solve the Indian problem?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Is incorrect. First published in Ittihad in 1904 as Tarana-e-Hindi, Sare Jahan Se Acha was written by which Urdu poet?
Muhammad Iqbal.
That is correct. Your first question was, the Daitya Sudan Temple is a Vishnu temple located near which lake, the world's only saltwater lake in basaltic rock?
Sambar Lake.
Is incorrect. You've given me 2 correct answers, which means Pinewood, you get 10 points. Next team, that's Army Public School. Your first question. Which lake was built in 1562 during the reign of Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah by a Sufi saint who lent his name to it?
Bhopal Lake.
Is not the answer. Which colony in present-day Yemen was marked by administrative complexities under the government of the Bombay Presidency until 1937?
Pass.
Hazrat Bal or Taj ul Masajid. Which shrine contains a relic Mo'i-e-Muqaddas, which is widely believed to be the hair of the Islamic prophet Muhammad?
Hazrat Mahal.
That is correct. Which Indian Nobel laureate's non-Indian wife in 2019 became the second woman ever to have won a Nobel Prize in economics?
Abhijit Banerjee.
That is correct.
Okay.
Featuring in the 2023 film 12th Fail, the lines Haar nahi manunga, rar nahi thanunga are taken from the poem of which former Indian Prime Minister?
Jawaharlal Nehru.
It's not Jawaharlal Nehru. So you've given me 2 answers correct. That's 10 points to Army Public School Tezpur. To the next set. That's for DPS Indirapuram. What name is shared by a sun temple in Sangrur, a hot spring in Hazaribagh, and a reservoir that hosts a crafts fair in Faridabad?
Somnath.
Is incorrect. Which province of British India that is now split between India and Pakistan had a Latin motto in its coat of arms that translated to "Let it grow from the rivers"?
Punjab.
That is correct. Hemkund Sahib or Rita Sahib? Where in Uttarakhand did Pandu Raja practice yoga and Guru Gobind Singh meditate intensely?
Pass.
Which Indian shared the 1983 Nobel Prize in Physics with the American astrophysicist William Alfred Fowler?
P.C. Raman.
Is incorrect. Ravindra Kelekar in 2006 and Damodar Mauzo in 2022 are the only two winners of the Gyanpith Award for writing in which language?
Konkani.
Is correct. Past question was Hemkund Sahib or Rita Sahib? Where in Uttarakhand did...
Pithoragarh.
That wasn't even the option. You've given me two answers. DPS Indirapuram, that gets you 10 points. This time we go to Jawaharlal Nehru School from Bhopal. Now famous as the name of an affluent neighborhood in Delhi, what royal tank was originally built by Alauddin Khilji to provide water to the residents of the area?
Dhola Kuan.
Is incorrect. Agastya, Avaiyar, Kadiyallur and Kapilar were all poets during what ancient period of Tamil literature, meaning gathering?
Sangam.
That is correct. Bene Israel Jews or Malabar Jews? Who built the Kochangadi synagogue, the oldest synagogue in India that dates back to the 14th century?
Malabar Jews.
That is correct. Indians have been awarded the Nobel Prize at least more than once in all the categories except in one, in which Venki Ramakrishnan was awarded in 2009. Which category?
Chemistry.
That is correct. For 3 months in 1937, Sir Krishna Chandra Gajapati became the first Prime Minister of which province of British India after leading the demand for a separate state a year prior?
Satara.
Is incorrect. You get 3 into 5, so that's 15, and a bonus 5 to go with it. That's 20 points to Jawaharlal Nehru School, Bhopal. Final team, that's Little Flower from Hyderabad. If you're ready, your time starts now. Once a part of Bay of Bengal, but now separated due to tectonic movements, which is Asia's largest brackish water lake?
Chilika Lake.
That is correct. Which short-lived presidency of the British lasted only 1.5 years till 1836, with the renaming of the ceded and conquered provinces in 1834?
Pass.
Bhutan or Bangladesh? The Shaktipeeth Bhairabkund Shiv Mandir is located near the Assamese town of Bhairabkund, but inside Jomot Sankha town of which country?
Is it Bangladesh?
Incorrect. With about 13 nominations from 1933 to 1963 for the Nobel Prize in Literature, which Indian president is the most nominated for the Nobel Prizes without winning one?
Pass.
When Amrita Pritam wrote about the horrors of partition, she wrote Aj Akkha Varis Shanu, where she invoked Varis Shah. What tragic romance did Varis Shah write?
Pass.
You've given me only one answer with Chilka Lake, so that's 5 points to you. That was an action-packed round. Now, let's take a look at the scoreboard and see how our contestants are placed. Having set the stage for our competition, let's take it to the next level with our second round. It's called Double Connection.
5 questions, each with 2 answers on the buzzer. End of the first answer is the start of the second answer. Say double to answer both questions or default to answer any one. Double and correct, 15 points. Double and both incorrect, minus 10 points. Double and only one correct, 5 points. Default and correct, 10 points, minus 5 points if incorrect. Second answer, when available, plus or minus 5 points.
First question now. On your screen, here it comes. In a decision pending in front of the Delhi High Court is a claim over the invention of 2 dishes, butter chicken and dal makhani, being fought over by the restaurants owned by the descendants of the founders. If one of the 2 restaurants is Daryaganj, which is the other? That's X. On the other side, these are visuals from a museum located in which battle side? That's Y. On the buzzer is Team Pinewood.
Default X.
X is
Moti Mahal.
Moti Mahal. Indeed, that is the answer. On the buzzer is DPS Indirapuram.
Y is Haldi Ghati.
That's the answer. Well done, both of you. Our second question. Here's number 2. In 1947, the government purchased 3 DC-3s which were named Viharamaraha Devi, Sunetra Devi and X Devi. Which temporary resident of Sri Lanka was X. On the other side, commencing operations in 2022, the Doni Polo Airport is its state's third airport. It is located in the Holongi area of Y. On the buzzer is DPS Indirapuram. Default or double?
Default.
You're playing default. X or Y?
X.
X is
Sita.
Sita. Indeed, absolutely. That's 10 points. DPS Indirapuram. On the buzzer is Jawaharlal Nehru School from Bhopal.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Is incorrect. That's a -5 to Jawaharlal Nehru School, Bhopal. Little Flower from Hyderabad.
Itanagar.
Absolutely, it is Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh. Gets you 5 points. Here's number 3. This Parsi businessman served as the chairman of the Chennai-based Spencer Group, currently with the rest of India team. Which trophy X, started in 1959-60, is named after him? On the other side, the ArcelorMittal Orbit in London, the Cloudgate in Chicago, and the Bean in New York City are all sculptures by the British Indian artist Y. On the buzzer is Pinewood. Default or double?
Default, X and Irani.
Is correct. It is indeed Irani trophy. That's well done to Pinewood. For 5 points, it's going to be Little Flower from Hyderabad.
Vivek Mittal.
I'm afraid that's not the answer. That's a -5 to Little Flower. Any of the other 3 teams interested? The answer that I was looking for, Irani trophy, but the one that you missed out was Anish Kapoor. Right, Irani and Anish Kapoor. Question number 4. Built by a son for his parents, who was himself buried there after being killed by the British. Where is this mausoleum? And on the other side, Y refers to associates of a legendary 1st century king of Ujjain, a 16th century king who ruled for nearly half a century over 12 subhas, and an 18th century zamindar from Bengal. On the buzzer is Team Pinewood. Default or double?
Default, Y Navratna.
That is indeed the answer. Pinewood gets another 10 points against their name. 5 points available for the taking. The answer that I was looking for, Srirangapatna and Navratna. That was the complete link. And finally, the last question for this round. Hands on the buzzer. Formerly the Victoria Jubilee Museum, this museum in Vijayawada was renamed X in memory of a director and artist Satyaraju Lakshmi Narayan. The road this museum is located on is named after someone else, also nicknamed X. And on the other side, a renowned personality with connection to the city of Y is felicitated with an award translated as Jewel of Y. Some of its recipients include Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, Chandu Borde, and most recently, Mohan Agashe. One is a nickname, the other is a city. First, default or double?
Default.
Default, X or Y?
For Y.
For Y is
Agra.
incorrect. That's a -5, not Agra. Anybody else? Both answers still available. The nickname, perhaps the most famous nickname in this country, Bapu. And thus, what is the city? Jewel of Y. Jewel of Y is Pune. Right, Bapu and Pune. But that's all for round 2. We're on the final hurdle of this semi-final. But before that, let's see which school is charging ahead on the scoreboard. It's round number 3. It's called Select and Score.
First leg starts with lowest scoring team choosing from 9 topics. Incorrect answer gets passed on the buzzer. Second leg, top 2 teams compete from remaining 4 topics. Correct answer, 10 points. Incorrect answer, no negative points. Correct answer on buzzer, 10 points. Incorrect answer on buzzer, -5 points.
We'll start this round with Little Flower from Hyderabad. Little Flower, these are your topics.
We like to go with mythology.
Here's your question, others on the buzzer. The Sri Yantra in its 3D projection, the Mahabodhi temple at Bodh Gaya, and the 5 central towers of Angkor Wat are designed to symbolize what high mountain? Team Bhopal is interested. Little Flower, what's your answer?
Mount Meru.
Mount Meru, indeed. That is the answer. Some glimmer of hope still for Little Flower gets you 10 points. Next question is going to be for Team Army Public School from Tezpur. What topic would you like?
Memorable ads.
My question for you, Army Public School Tezpur, is in 1990s, a voluntary organization of farmers reached out to Anand Halve to generate all year-round consumption of a certain commodity. Thus, an ad campaign that has been endorsed by the likes of Sachin and Saina was launched, creating what rhyming jingle?
Amul, the taste of India.
Don't think there is a rhyme there. There's no negative. Army Public School to Jawaharlal Nehru School, Bhopal, who'll try again on the buzzer for +10, -5.
Amul Doodh Pita India.
Not sure there is any kind of rhyme there. That's a -5. The answer that I was looking for by National Egg Coordination Committee, Sunday hoya Monday, rose khao ande. To our next team, that is incidentally going to be Bhopal now.
Forts of Rajasthan.
Here's your question on forts of Rajasthan.
राजा राय सिंह इस आर्ट को अकबर के दरबार में देखकर इतने इम्प्रेस हुए कि वो 7 उस्ता आर्टिस्ट को अपने साथ बीकानेर ले आए। ये हुआ 1589 में और आज भी इनकी कलाकारी के बेहतरीन एग्जाम्पल्स फोर्ट की दीवारों पर दिखते हैं।
Impressed by the artwork seen in Akbar's architecture, Maharaja Rai Singh brought a group of usta artists to adorn the walls of which old fort? Jawaharlal Nehru Bhopal, there's nothing to lose, everything to gain. What's your answer?
Jaisalmer Fort.
Not Jaisalmer. Anybody else interested on the buzzer? 10 points for the taking. The answer that I was looking for was Junagadh, right? Junagadh Fort in Bikaner. No points to anyone. To our next team, that is going to be DPS Indirapuram.
Constitutional right.
Here's your question. In 1978, it was abolished as a fundamental right in the 44th Amendment. In a 1994 case, it was held that is not a basic structure of the Constitution, which is the only fundamental right to have been abolished. DPS Indirapuram, your answer is?
Right to property.
That is indeed correct. That's 10 points to DPS Indirapuram. Pinewood goes next in the first leg.
Paramilitary forces.
Here's my question for you, others on the buzzer. Having their origins in a militia called Kachar Levy, the oldest paramilitary force in India was founded in 1835. By what name do we know them since 1917?
Assam Rifles.
Is correct indeed. Assam Rifles. For the piling on the lead is Pinewood School. So now we've come to the end of the first leg. Final 2 questions in order will be played between DPS Indirapuram and Pinewood. DPS, you go first.
Connect.
Here's your question on Connect. What connects a 1921 rebellion against the British, a 1993 founded gold and diamond business from Kozhikode, a grey hornbill that lacks a casque seen in other hornbills, and a GI tagged pepper and a GI tagged coffee? What one word am I looking for?
Malabar.
A Okay, does Pinewood have an opinion on that? You better not have a different opinion because that is indeed correct. That's well done. DPS Indirapuram, that's 10 points. Now, Pinewood, in a spot of bother on that last question. If you miss and DPS Indirapuram hit, the tables will turn. Pinewood, what do you want?
Museum.
Here's my question for you, the final one for this semi-final. L. Vedyanathan, a music director and composer rooted in Carnatic music, became well known for creating the iconic melody associated with which fictional village that the Indian government brought to life by creating a museum in the Arasalu railway station. Now, DPS Indirapuram have shown interest. Perhaps they know it. Pinewood, do you know it? What is your answer?
Malgudi.
It is indeed Malgudi, absolutely. Creating Shankar Nag's Malgudi Days iconic composition, Tana Na Na Na, and so on. That's 10 points to Pinewood to wrap up this fourth semi-final. The excitement in that round was palpable. Now let's check out the scoreboard and find out which school will move forward to the national final. Heartiest congratulations to Pinewood School from Saharanpur for winning this semi-final with a score of 60 points. That marks the end of the semi-finals. Be sure to join us for the grand finale, where our finalists will fiercely contend for the ultimate prize at the national competition. The excitement is just getting started. See you then.